welcome to another edition of Cyberspace PC with your host Scott. And today I'd like to talk about why the 2080 Super is a terrible value right now, new and used. Now the 2080 Super has had pretty much a pretty rough go as far as a value proposition ever since the card launched. I believe Hardware Unboxed called it the worst value for any of the RTX cards, seeing that the entry price was around $800, and it really isn't much faster than a 2080, much less faster than a 1080 Ti in a lot of circumstances. Now, yes, it is the second fastest card for gaming behind the 2080 Ti, but the gap between the 2080 Super and the 2080 Ti has always been pretty large. I think it's about 25 to 30% in most gaming scenarios. So let's get into it a little bit. Looking over on eBay, it looks like there's quite a bit of cards offered for around $500 right now used. And while that's certainly a better price than we've had recently, seeing that the average 2080 Super has been around $650 used for quite a while, it's still, in my opinion, not a very good value. So let's discuss why. So in a few weeks, the 3080 is launching at $700, which is said to be quite a bit faster than a 2080 Ti. So you can see right there, yes, it's a little bit more money, but just for a few $100s more, you could get yourself a 3080. And shortly after that, the 3070 is launching at $500. So for the same price as a used 2080 Super, you can have yourself a brand new, under warranty 3070, which is supposed to be about as fast as a 2080 Ti, therefore 20 to 30% faster than a 2080 Super for the very same price. So it's easy to see why I'm recommending you hold off. Don't buy a 2080 Super right now. They don't appear to be selling very well on eBay right now. The new stock has dried up. I looked over on Newegg, and the cheapest version I saw over there was for $750 for a new one. So there's just no value in the 2080 Super right now. If you have to buy something, I would just get maybe a lower tier card like a 1660 Super, game on that for a little bit, and then buy yourself a 3070. If you have recently bought an RTX 2080 Super, I'm sorry. I would put it for sale now, get what you can for it, because the value is just going to keep going down. And I would imagine the 3060 is going to come in and around the same level of performance at around $400. So this is probably what you're going to be seeing 2080 Supers going for. And keep in mind, even the 3060 will probably have more ray tracing cores, more tensor cores, so it's going to be better at ray tracing and probably better with the DLSS support and so forth. And obviously NVIDIA supports their current lineups more than the previous, so the 3060s, 3070s are just going to get better over time after they launch. And the 2080 Super, while it's every card is good in its own right, it just was never fast enough to justify the price. And I understand why sellers are still asking at least $500, because they probably spent $8, $9, maybe $1,000, on this card. And that's the way it goes sometimes with tech. The new thing comes along and just the value kind of disappears. And looking over at the 2070 Supers, I think you're getting a little bit better value at around $400. But, again, I would probably say just hold off on buying that too, because, when the 3060 comes, it's definitely going to be probably a little bit faster for around the same price. And again, you're getting a warranty and the same argument for the ray tracing cores, more tensor cores. So you're going to see the 2070S is probably below the price of the 3060 after that launches. So this is good news overall. We're moving forward with performance, NVIDIA is bringing back a lot more value this time around than the previous card launches, and unfortunately I think we're seeing some gamers getting caught up, losing a little bit of money here, but we'll definitely make it back in performance if you sell the cards for what you can and then buy into the next upcoming Ampere 3000 series cards. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. I certainly like to keep an eye on what's going on with prices, especially the graphics cards. I'm always looking for deals myself, and be sure to subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this content, and certainly share the video. And that'll do it for today, and we'll catch you in the next video.